This is a story all about how I want to upgrade my rig to SLI, but then I accidentally burned up my processor, and now the whole video's a couple days late. Oh no. I really bit the big one again! So just pretend it's Halloween. You douchebags?
John, I could not have said this a better way. Thank you. Hi folks, Oblivion7431 here with another Halo 13. This time we're going into the creepy side of gaming. There's a lot of characters that are just scary, disturbing, creepy, and much more. So of course, the 13 creepiest will make this list. Again, it will be one per franchise and only games I played. So turn off the lights to boost the creepy atmosphere and let's get started.
Mario!
Team Fortress 2 is awesome. There are a lot of classes to choose from and all of these characters have different personalities. So who could be creepy? The answer goes to the Medic. Of course, the Medic is the healing class. He can regenerate health of his allies very quickly, making him a dangerous adversary. But the creepy side of the Medic lies in his backstory. What he lacks in compassion for the sick, respect for human dignity, and any sort of verifiable formal training in medicine, the Medic more than makes up for with a bottomless supply of giant needles and a trembling enthusiasm for plunging them into exposed flesh. Raised in Stuttgart, Germany during an era when the Hippocratic Oath had been downgraded to an optional Hippocratic suggestion, the Medic considers healing a generally unintended side effect of satisfying his own morbid curiosity. He also lost his medical license because he removed someone's skeleton. And he keeps a spy head inside his fridge. Ugh. Voldo is a weird guy. There's just something disturbing about him. Voldo was before the right-hand man of Verci, also known as the Merchant of Death. When the word came that the Italian wars broke on Italy and that Verci's possessions were the first targets, Verci became angry and moved his fleet, his only remaining possession, to an uninhabited island off the coast of Sicily. After construction of Verci's vault was complete, Voldo was instructed to slay the sailors that helped in the construction to avoid the location of Verci's money pit being revealed. Voldo would remain seen underground, becoming blind and insane in the process. He became the guardian of the tomb and began slaying those who ventured to steal, making rumors of the island, its treasures, and its ghost guardian spread around the globe. And this insanity has been reflected in the games with his inhuman movements and creepy speech pattern, making him the creepiest characters in the Soulcalibur series. The Kirby series is just a cute franchise, so I don't know what could go wrong. Oh my god! Yeah, no one was waiting for that. Marx's soul is definitely creepy. It all happens when he was defeated by Kirby back on Milky Way Wishes. He absorbs the power of Nova and transforms into the monstrosity known as Marx's soul. When he fought Kirby, he could shoot volleys of arrows, vines, fire huge laser beams, and he can decapitate in two to create black holes. And of course when he dies, that scream. Ugh, just disturbing. I really enjoy Minecraft, but there's just one thing I just cannot stand. Those goddamn creepers. Not only they're annoying as hell, but they're also pretty disturbing. I mean, just look at them. That is ugly. They also shoot in that disturbing screech, and they explode when they are too close to you or when you hit them. Just, ugh! And they're freaking everywhere. You cannot escape them. But why they're not higher than the others? I don't really know. Yep, that's enough to make them understand. Oh, please, not her! I personally hate Mileena, and she totally earns her spot on the list. Mileena was created by Shang Tsung to replace Kitana as Shao Kahn's daughter. She looks just like Kitana, but Shang Tsung added a little something special. He infused Tarkatan DNA on Mileena to have her orange-killing stare eyes and a large teethful mouth. Ugh. So now she's a mix of Kitana and Baraka? But the most disturbing aspect of Mileena is definitely her personality. She acts, you know, that, also she acts like a total sadist. Especially with her fatalities. Overall, she's creepy, disturbing, and just plain sadistic. Please, next. Next. This dude is freaking weird. Psycho Mantis is by far the creepiest character in the Metal Gear series. In the first Metal Gear Solid, he appears as this strange guy with a gas mask that can levitate. He can control your mind by telling what games you played in the past and even move your controller on his own. Freaky. Psycho Mantis was shown to be significantly deranged, having nihilistic views on humanity. He also has disgust towards humanity's ultimate desire to simply reproduce, referring to the passing one of one's genes to be selfish. Despite his insanity, Mantis also displayed superb skill at strategizing, and evidenced by his being the one who originated the idea of using the decoy octopus to disguise himself as the DARPA Queen, in an attempt to trick Solid Snake into activating Metal Gear for them. A plan that Fox Dice aside experienced success. But he was outclassed by the humans' latest technology called the PS3 in Metal Gear Solid 4. Fool. So, who's next? Oh god, no. Please, no. Not him! Nemesis is very creepy and disturbing. I already hate the horror genre. I never played these games and I never will. But this is just too much. Nemesis is the result of infecting a tyrant, a humanoid bioweapon created to be the ultimate life form of a parasitic organism designed to increase its intelligence. Upon infection, the parasite takes control of the tyrant's nervous system, forming its own brain and enabling it to follow precise instructions and make decisions without a need for constant direction. Clothed in black trousers, overcoat, boots, and gloves, Nemesis is armed with a rocket launcher mounted to its left arm. Jesus. To emphasize its design as a prototype, the game developers left exposed muscles on his body and added stitches to cover the right eye. Upon spawning its target, it says that the target's name and attacks. The secretion from the parasite gives Nemesis heightened regenerative abilities, which result in damage to the skin and the emergence of additional tentacles, as well as unpredictable mutation to withstand further attacks. In Resident Evil 3, the creature's survival instinct eventually overrides Nemesis' programming, causing the host's body to reject the parasite and transform into a giant digestive organ, featuring large central bones, protrusion, and elegant tentacles. It crawls looking for prey, yet continues trying to complete its mission despite its now diminished intelligence. I freaking love Pokémon, but you might already know that. But finding a creep Pokémon was no easy task, but I found the perfect fit for number 5. This spot is actually a tie between two legendary Pokémons, Giratina and Kyurem. First, Giratina. He is a Dragon Ghost legendary and the mascot of Pokémon Platinum. Giratina is able to travel through and control dimensions beside those of time and space. When in its origin form, it is able to pass through dimensions and back to its altered form due to the gravity change from the distortion world. It does so by emitting a whirlwind from his mouth which creates a portal. But what's creepy about him is his appearance and his Pokédex entries. His appearance is pretty disturbing with his claw-like tentacles in its origin form and his hand-like wings in his altered form. Next is Pokédex entries. The one from Platinum says, "It was banished for its violence. It silently gazed upon the Pokémon world from the distortion world." The one from Heart Gold and Soul Silver says, "This Pokémon is said to live in a world on the reverse sign of ours, where common knowledge is distorted and strange." Pretty creepy. Now for Kyurem. He is a Dragon Ice legendary and the mascot of Pokémon Black and White 2. Kyurem is a gray and blue-collared bipedal Pokémon of indefinable but seemingly draconic basis. Kyurem has unique blue head and snout and has yellow eyes without pupils, and a pair of pointed light bluish horns on his head and a yellow crest on his skull. Kyurem's neck is long and gray in color, with lines running around his whole body, legs, arms, and tail. Kyurem has 2 arms, each with his own claws, and each arms are joined together for its blue, oddly shaped wings. Its wings are believed to be used for flying as well as storing cold air, and have 2 spikes of ice each. The ice covering the wing is breakable, revealing gray tendril-like appendages on Kyurem's back. The right side of its body seems to be damaged in some way, as the wings and horn on its head of that size are shorter. The right side of its head also has a spiked edge near its jaw hinge that is absent from its left. Its legs are somewhat slender. Unlike Reshiram's Zekrom, he has 3 sharp icicle claws on each enormous foot. His Pokédex entries from Black 2 says, "This legendary ice Pokémon waits for a hero to fill in missing parts of its body with truth and ideals." And some tells that Kyurem is the first Pokémon in existence to have ever eaten a human alive. Now that is scary. At number 4, we have Nocturne, the eternal nightmare from League of Legends. Definitely the creepiest champion in Runeterra. Nocturne was not anything physical before the League, and once he appeared outside of a Nexus fragment, he was born. He lives only to kill and cause pain. He can control the summoner's sleep to give them horrific nightmares. Nocturne is a very skilled assassin. He can create trails of darkness so he can follow his targets easier, create a barrier that neutralizes the effects of debuffs, plunging his opponents into a deep nightmare and becomes invisible to mercilessly attack his enemies. Of course, we have his appearance, which is pretty intimidating, and his voice.
Drip drop, the sound of blood. Help is not coming.
Everyone knows that Majora's Mask was a creepy game. Everyone knows that Majora is creepy. So everyone knew that Majora would be high on the list. An evil being inhabiting Majora's Mask, it is arguably the series' most depraved and bizarre villain. Despite appearing as an inanimate object, and using the Skull Kid as its puppet, the mask carries obvious sentience and the ability to speak coherently, through its wearer or of its own powers. The gender of Majora is disputed, as neither the game nor any supplementary material states it. The true form of Majora is arguably never seen. During Link's final battle with the spirit, it transforms into 3 different forms. However, if one believes that Majora is not just the mask brought to life, then none of these are believed to be true of Majora. It is possible that the appearance of Majora's Mask may somehow resemble the true appearance of Majora, if it ever even had one. However, this cannot be confirmed, but it is widely considered to be a likely possibility. And those 3 forms are just atrocious. Just, ugh. At number 2, we have a living fetus. Yep, it's Giygas. He is the main antagonist of Mother and Hurtbound. Known as both the embodiment of evil and the universal cosmic destroyer, Giygas is an evil alien who intends to sentence all of reality to the horror of infinite darkness. During the battle against him, you can hear one of the most disturbing musics playing in the background, and he has one of the most disturbing appearances ever. He has 5 phases. The first one is not bad. The second is okay. The final 2 are a bit distorted. And the third one is... Wait. What is that? Oh, God! So, before we get to number 1, let's recap. Number 13, the Medic. Number 12, Voldo. Number 11, Marx Soul. Number 10, those goddamn creepers. Number 9. Number 8, I'm looking away. Number 7, Psycho Mantis. Number 6, Nemesis. Number 5, Kyurem and Giratina. Number 4, Nocturne. Number 3, Majora. And number 2, Giygas. You know what I hate in video games? Stalkers. You know those guys that won't stop following you until you die? Yeah, those one. Well, if you haven't already guessed, number 1 is a tie between... and... Oh, Jesus! Those two are the bane of my existence. I'm not the type of guy that gets scared with booze and stuff like that. I'm scared if the creepy thing is subtle. And those dudes don't do their jobs very well. The Slenderman is creepy in every sense of the word, with his disturbing appearance and weird way of killing you, and just the creepy atmosphere he gives to the player. SCP is the exact same thing, but with this.
I'm leaving again. Ah! I wasn't dead! I wasn't dead!
God. I'm the Shadowbane Devil, and I will never try Slender the Arrival. See you guys next time for my top 10 beat-em-ups.